These three altcoins are getting ready for massive pumps. XRP's Ripple is trying to buy USD stablecoin issuer Circle, and Coinbase says the US government is likely to buy $100 billion of Bitcoin soon. This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when we drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, AltcoinBuzzIO, and as always, not financial advice, and wish the best of luck in your crypto ventures. All right, you guys, so we are back again today where Bitcoin is pumping again into New York Open. It did sell off yesterday, kind of like the past couple of days. We sold off from 95 down to just under 93, and we came in, we tagged this level here at $96,000. So this is the level of resistance that we're trying to get through. So we tapped it once. Now we're gonna have to see today, can we get enough strength to break through this finally? Like we were showing yesterday, we had that fractal playing out where it is just upwards chop as we were going into resistance. Now we are, still continuing up higher, but I think that sell-off we had yesterday was pretty telling where we sold off here because of bad GDP news and numbers that came out yesterday, but we continued up higher as well did the the S&P. So you can actually see here on the S&P as well, we sold off yesterday and the bad GDP numbers, but then we continued higher. So it looks like the market wants to go higher overall. So Bitcoin is still trying to do the same. It's around $96,000. We're going to have to see today if we have enough strength to finally push through this level and then break above, and then we're going to new all-time highs very soon. So Bitcoin looking good. First off today, we have Eric Trump saying our banking system is broken. Bitcoin and crypto is much better.
Willingness to actually look forward and realize that the modern financial system is broken. It's slow, it's expensive, and there's nothing that can be done on, blockchain that can't be done better than the way that the current financial institutions are working. SWIFT is an absolute disaster. There's not a week that goes by that I'm either trying to send out a wire on a Friday afternoon or trying to receive a wire on a Friday afternoon. You're worried if you're going to hit that 4 o'clock cutoff time, where you might not see your, whatever funds you're supposed to be receiving in the ordinary course of business, for another 72 hours or whatever it might be. It's insane. Whereas you can open up a DeFi app right now, you can open up, any cryptocurrency app, and you can send money wallet to wallet instantaneously without the expense, without the variability. Our banking system is broken. Our banking system is antiquated. Our banking system favors the ultra wealthy. And what actually got me into it is the fact that I realized our banking system, it was weaponized against the vast majority of people in our country, either the people that don't have the zeros on their balance sheet or people who might have worn that red hat that said, "Make America Great Again." And it forced me into the crypto world. And I'm telling you, if the banks don't watch what's coming, they're going to be extinct in 10 years.
And then we have Coinbase saying the US is likely to buy $100 billion of Bitcoin soon, and this is the reason why.
So today, because of law, the US government still values gold that it holds in Fort Knox at $42 and change, right? Now, if they were to just mark that to market, so it's worth probably an incremental 900 billion to $1 trillion, right? We believe it's most likely that at some point, it could be this year, they will go and change it such that they will revalue gold to current market pricing. That would create a mark-to-market gain of $900 billion, right? And if you look at, I think the Senator Lummis bill was calling for buying, I think it's 1 million Bitcoin over 5 years. Well, that's $100 billion, if I have the math right. So our back of the envelope is that when the revaluation occurs, that creates a $900 billion, given today's market price, mark-to-market gain, which then is money that the Treasury could then take. And then the Treasury would be able to use that money in the Sovereign Wealth Fund in a budget neutral manner to go and buy a variety of things, we think probably including Bitcoin. And just to think about the math, $100 billion of 900 billion doesn't sound like that much. But the asset is about a $1.8 trillion asset. And if we go from no longer selling, right, which we just did, to here's a way by which we can actually take on a meaningful position, it's hard to see a situation where other governments don't feel compelled in some way to measure up.
And then we have Jack the Rippler sharing that Ripple has offered to acquire Circle for $5 billion in US dollars. Now, according to Bloomberg yesterday, Ripple proposed a takeover of Circle Internet Group for $4 billion to $5 billion, but the bid was rejected as it was too low. Now, we don't know if this is officially off or if they're still in talks or negotiations and maybe they're going to bid a little bit higher. But as of right now, they have been rejected. But the fact that Ripple wanted to buy Circle for $5 billion is pretty insane. So John Squire here adds, Ripple trying to buy Circle for $5 billion wasn't just a deal, it was a missile. This isn't about moving money anymore, it's about becoming the money. USDC isn't just a stablecoin, it's the institutional darling, the regulator's choice, the one that plays nice with TradFi. Ripple didn't want to compete with that, they wanted to absorb it. Own the narrative, own the rails, own the future. But Circle said no, and that no is just as loud as the offer, because this isn't about companies, it's about who controls the next era of finance. This isn't Ripple versus Circle, it's Ripple saying we want it all, and Circle saying we don't need to sell to win. And honestly, they're both right. The winner of the digital dollar game won't be the one with the best tech, it'll be the one with vision, patience, and teeth. And then we have Jack the Rippler saying, Ripple's Chris Larson to meet with SEC Chairman Paul Atkins on blockchain future. This is just kind of a crazy title and headline because if you think 6 months ago, the current SEC chair back then, Gary Gensler, if Ripple was to meet with them, it wouldn't be a very friendly meeting. And now we have a very friendly meeting going on where Ripple is trying to meet with the new SEC chair, Paul Atkins, talking about the future of finance and blockchain in the United States. So kind of a crazy juxtaposition from just 6 months ago. XRP pretty much doing the same exact thing as yesterday, had a bit of a sell-off, looking pretty good, looks like it wants to go back. Maybe it won't come down as low as this, but maybe it will on New York Open. So I'm still looking for this $2.06 level, but it's very possible that this was the low and then we continue higher. In which case, that's fine. Maybe I'll look for a buy above $2.38 for the next leg up. But overall, XRP pretty much like the rest of the market and Bitcoin, just kind of making higher lows and grinding up, and looks like it wants to make that next push pretty soon. And then we have Sui, who is integrating Stacks and sBTC into its ecosystem. With sBTC, Sui Network gains access to decentralized, secure, and programmable Bitcoin asset. Integrations like this are making Stacks and sBTC a growing hub for the Bitcoin economy. We also have Sui flipped Avalanche, Chainlink, Stellar, and Ton in market cap, so it is beating all of these big layer ones right now. We also have Sui saying it's Sui basecamp time, baby. We're live in Dubai. Pull up, snag some swag, maybe catch a little alpha if you're lucky. Let's make it a day to remember. So Sui is now in Dubai for token 2049, and they have Sui basecamp going on right now. And then we have Mateo saying Sui MasterCard by Portal app in action. Pay for whatever you want using Sui in a heartbeat. We also have Clemente saying really impressed with how Sui has played their cards the last couple months. They have a lot of momentum going into Basecamp, and they were the main topic of conversation at most side events. Genuinely feels like they could be a top player if they continue the pace they have right now. We'll be going to Basecamp and sharing thoughts, news, etc. as I see it come through. We also have Pio saying the co-founder of Sui just said, I believe we're building a multi-trillion-dollar ecosystem, and as I think about it, I definitely think that's possible over the next 8 to 12 years. As Bitcoin plows towards $100 trillion plus market cap, the other winning chains will capture $1 trillion of that market cap each. And then for the next altcoin that could be seeing a big surge, we have HBAR. So Gilmore Estates says breaking the odds of an HBAR ETF approval have surged to 80%. The final SEC decision drops on 11/11/25. The countdown is on. Will Hedera make history? We also have Mark saying this is huge for HBAR. Nairobi Securities Exchange launched a digital platform to trade tokenized world assets. The Kenyan digital exchange is built on the Hedera network, to whose governing council the NSE belongs, the company announced. DeFi Technologies plans to roll out the KDX in phases, starting with onboarding investors, issuing primary tokens, and ensuring regulatory compliance, all scheduled to be completed before next year. The entire world appears to be tokenizing RWA on Hedera, which makes sense as it's the fastest, most scalable, and cheapest DLT for it. And then Mark also shares, this is huge for HBAR. FYI, Tokeny manages over $2 billion, with projections to reach $600 billion by 2030. It's over 120 major institutional clients, including banks and asset managers, facilitating assets like securities, funds, and real estate. So HBAR is tokenizing everything. And HBAR actually looks really good. When I was looking at it this morning, I decided to enter position actually, because this looks really good on the daily. So this is a great level here. So we've had this level reclaim above around was 18-ish cents. And we've broken down, we've reclaimed this level. I think we're probably going towards this 26.5 cent level in the next couple of weeks. I think this is probably a pretty good trade. So I decided to enter this one actually. And this is exactly what I look for. Nice level reclaim on Hedera after breaking through this level of support and then reclaiming it. So HBAR looking great as well. Nothing else to say about this really. And then we have Loaded Lions, who's aiming for the Guinness World Records. So Crypto.com's popular NFT project Loaded Lions is attempting a new Guinness World Record title for the largest aerial display of a currency symbol formed with multi-rotor drones in Miami on May 1st, 2025, which is right now. Or tonight actually. Loaded Lions plans to assemble 1,200 drones to form a massive symbol of its lion token in the sky. This would surpass the current record set by Gemini on March 13th, 2025, when 894 drones were used to form the Bitcoin symbol. According to organizers, the performance will last for 10 minutes as it's part of the project's attempt to expand its global presence and attract more users to Web3. Plus, it offers a grand way to mark the launch of the Lion token. So this is what they're trying to project in the sky tonight in Miami. Now, according to the announcement, the display will take place over the waters between McCarthy Causeway and the Port Miami Bridge at 9:30 p.m. EST tonight. In recognition of the event, the Loaded Lions team will be giving away a total of $5,000 in Lion tokens to 5 individuals who capture notable photos and videos of the aerial display. And interested participants need to follow the official Loaded Lions page on X for updates. Loaded Lions has focused on ecosystem expansion in recent months, and one of its latest efforts is the anticipation of Crypto.com land Fractured Fate NFT mint. This will play a crucial role in the upcoming Main City Season 3. Users can get land NFTs using the Lions token via Crypto.com or go through the regular payment channels, and the upcoming land sale will happen in 3 phases. The first phase, described as a private land sale, has taken place on April 30th and is sold out in less than 30 minutes. The next phase, the early access sale, will take place on May 1st at 2 p.m. UTC, which is happening today. This group has 6,000 plots reserved, and they'll enjoy 25% discounts. This phase will reward relationships with strategic partners and cater to active users. And the early access sale is specifically for members of Main City and select partner communities within the Chronos ecosystem. The final phase, the public land sale, will take place on May 1st at 5 p.m. UTC, also today. Additionally, will be accessible to all verified users on the Crypto.com NFT platform. This phase has access to at least 1,000 land plots and lands that are unsold from the early access phase. For pricing and other information, visit the Loaded Lions webpage, which you can also find linked down below. And then for the third altcoin, we have Not Telling saying, I'm buying some more ENA here. Let me tell you why. Number 1, ENA and Securitize are launching Converge, an RWA-focused blockchain, just like Ondo is developing. Converge will be used as a blockchain geared towards institutions where users and the capital can avail of both permissionless and permission finance. Validators must stake ENA to secure the network, and if institutions are successfully onboarded, it could lead to Converge becoming one of the largest blockchains in the industry, driving utility back to ENA. The network will support both permissionless DeFi apps and permission institution products, bridging traditional finance and crypto rails on a single chain. Athena Labs partnered with Securitize, Arbitrum, Celestia to launch this new network, a Converge on-chain, and aiming for mainnet launch in Q2 2025. Second, it's directly launching with Securitize is extremely bullish to me. Why? The new SEC chairman, Paul Atkins, was the board of Securitize, and once we get regulatory clarity around RWAs, ENA will become one of the first movers. Also, Securitize has a partnership with BlackRock, and BlackRock was the lead investor in the recent round of funding. I don't need to explain how bullish Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, is on tokenization, and having BlackRock and Securitize helping ENA develop an RWA-focused blockchain with the future support of the SEC chairman is extremely bullish. The investor list is also stacked with some of the best crypto and TradFi VCs. This is a must because they're all incentivized to help ENA not only develop and launch their new chain, but also get TradFi to start tokenizing assets on their chain. The crypto VCs they're partnered with are Pantera Capital, Galaxy Digital, Binance Labs, Gemini, Wintermute, Brevin Howard, and more. TradFi investors are BlackRock, Hamilton Lane, and Franklin Templeton, which are huge TradFi investors. For final thoughts, both Ondo and ENA are working on RWA-focused blockchain, and both of them have deep connections with BlackRock, Paul Atkins, and the US government, top crypto and traditional financial VC companies. This will be a battle like Apple and Microsoft, but there's no reason why I shouldn't own both. And with ENA down 62% year to date, I'm comfortable grabbing a bag here. So ENA is one that I don't want to buy just yet, but it is starting to look pretty good. You can see here, this is like the double top we had of Bitcoin back in 2021. So I really want to see us reclaim this level first. And once we get above this 30 cent level, then I'll be looking to take it maybe back to here and then maybe back to this next level here. I'm not holding my breath for a new all-time highs on ENA just yet because every time it goes up, it seems to have lower highs. So I don't know if it's going to get fully back to this level just yet, but I would be happy, taking profit here and then again here for what would be something like this where we get another lower high and then come back again. So something like that for ENA probably is what I'd be doing. I'd be looking to trade this, probably not hold it because there's so many big firms in this, in VCs, who are looking to sell anytime it gets back above this $1, 125 level mark. So that's what I'll be doing for ENA, waiting for it to come up back above here, and probably selling towards this 90 cent level for ENA. And then lastly for today, we have the $2 billion staking protocol SOLV unveils the first Sharia-compliant Bitcoin yield offering in the Middle East. And the Middle East has a lot of money and really likes crypto, so this is very big. So Bitcoin staking protocol SOLV, which has over $2 billion of the Bitcoin locked on its platform, announced on Tuesday the launch of the Sharia-compliant yield product called sLVBTC.core. The new offering, a liquid staking token for Bitcoin, has been developed in collaboration with the Core ecosystem, which offers a range of DeFi applications, including lending, restaking, liquid staking, and decentralized exchanges. SOLV Protocol enables Bitcoin holders to lend, stake, earn yields, and invest, unlocking the full potential of their coin stash. The launch of the Sharia-compliant SOLV Bitcoin Core means that Bitcoin holders from the Middle East can now directly participate in the Core's blockchain expanding ecosystem to generate additional yield on top of their spot holdings. Ryan Chow, founder of SOLV Protocol, said the Sharia-compliant product could open up new avenues for institutional investors in the Middle East, which is big money. So very big things happening for Bitcoin staking, and Bitcoin looking good overall. We're just at $96,000 right now. Hopefully today is the day we break above this. I think there probably will be a bit of a sell-off going into New York Open. We'll probably come into this, sell off a bit, get the late longs out, and then maybe blast through again today, I'm hoping. So I think it's going to be a very interesting day. Hopefully we get back above this $96,000, $97,000 range. And once we're above here, man, altcoin season will hopefully take off, and we'll finally get that, that faded altcoin season we've been waiting for through these 90% drawdowns. So I think good things are coming. I will be very cautious. I'm not opening any major positions right now as we're going into resistance. But if we have any bit of sell-off, I'll be adding up. I'll be loading up on some more altcoin positions somewhere around here if we do have a sell-off into resistance today. So that is it for the video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow.